Sam,
Yeah.
see that? That's what you call a two-way athlete right there.
You were a ball player?
Oh, I was a ball player.
Cam had more hits than I did.
I'm one for
Did he
one. I was
actually?
100%.
You have any homers?
I was a look at the ball type of guy.
Yeah,
I,
you were a slap hitter, get on base kind of dude.
Dude, he could get walked like a motherfucker.
Hey, that's a very valuable asset to have.
they were scared to throw it down the middle.
You took up a lot of the strike zone with your body.
They would
That's
intentionally
literally just-
walk him. And Cam used to take roids. That helped him hit a lot.
Heavily on roids. You think those 4 sacks versus Newman came from out of nowhere? I had to put needle to the vein.
Juicing.
Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show. This is the Week 4 NFL show.
Let's go.
Whoop.
Dolphins at Bills. Dolphins scored 70 points last week, which hasn't been seen, I think, in our lifetimes. Bills are minus 2.5. I saw a stat. I forget exactly what it was, but it was like last time team scored 14 points in every single quarter of a game and then was an underdog the next week was like 1950s. So that's pretty crazy. Total's 53.5. We'll give it to our Dolphins fan here, Cameron Williams.
There's clapping in the background right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I don't know. Where do I begin, man? I could cry at how great of a season this is going for us, bro. Tua's looking amazing. It brings tears to my eyes how great he's playing. Can we talk about the no-look, Tyreek Hill, play action? That was just textbook.
That was beautiful. That was
beautiful. Great culture, great team. Tyreek's fucking celebrating with the fans. We're pumping up with the fans. We're in the crowd with it. So I don't think the Bills have the corners and DBs to keep up with this offense. This offense is a video game. Like, the speed is everywhere. Our backup running back had 51 fantasy points. We played the Bills at what I would say would be their best in the wild card game last year, and we had Skylar Thompson at quarterback. We lost that game 31-34. Miami spread. I could see a lot of points being scored in this one. I would take the over if I was a betting man, but I love the Dolphins, so Miami spread. That's all I'm going to take.
Cam's a little biased. I think that the Dolphins are due for a loss, and I think that the Bills are a good enough team where it's at home. It's not really like a surprising loss either. Like, the Bills need this win as well. So I think that the Dolphins are going to lose here. I like the Bills minus 2.5. And I have some data to back this point up. Bills have won 7 straight games at home versus the Dolphins. The last time they lost at home versus the Dolphins, 2016. So not in the Josh Allen era. They are 11-1 straight up in their last 10 home games against the Dolphins. I think the Bills are going to cover minus 2.5. I'm not touching the total. Also, I just want to throw this out there. Right now, Tua is the favorite to win MVP. Tyreek's the favorite to win Offensive Player of the Year, and Mike McDaniel's favorite to win Coach of the Year. They're due for a loss.
The majority of us, or maybe not the majority, but a fair share of us, were born and raised in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins have not won a playoff game since Bill Clinton was president of the United States of America. That translates to this. They have not been good at any point while any of us have been alive. I think they're good now. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And as long as Tua is healthy, which is a bit of an if, everyone's like, oh, he's healthy now. Okay, well, it's been 3 weeks. So let's pray to God that nothing bad happens to him. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I haven't picked the Dolphins ever. I think they're good now. It's 2023. They're finally good.
I'm going to start this by saying I haven't seen a beatdown that big on a Sunday since
the Bears game 2 hours later. Sorry. Oh, God. Sorry. Just slipped out. Sorry.
Really uncalled for and unnecessary. It was a 31-point game versus a 50-point game. He's trying to get in my head, and it's not working. We're in a real honeymoon phase for the Dolphins right now, and everyone's finally kind of getting off of Tua's back. Everyone's finally thinking, oh, McDaniel's such a great coach, which I don't disagree with. And Tua's a good quarterback, and I love what they're doing with that offense. It's unstoppable. But I think Buffalo's main priority here is going to be to stop the run, because I think that was Denver's biggest problem was they over-game planned for the passing game. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Bills here. I'm also going to take the under. Divisional matchup here. Everyone's expecting a lot of points, 2 big offenses. 53.5 is a lot of points, so I'm gonna take under on that.
Who's stopping the Miami Dolphins right now? That is a train that is going downhill real fast in a good way. Just momentum. Due for a loss thing is baiting me in, because I agree. Like, it is stacking up to be like, hey, this is written in the stars and everything. But there's always a team like that in the NFL every year. There's a team that kind of blows everyone out of the water. And I am afraid to say I think it is the Miami Dolphins. And you hear it in college football and high school football. The game of football is getting faster. It's getting faster, always getting faster. The Miami Dolphins, I think, might be one of the first modern NFL teams who have perfected, encapsulates what people say when they say the game of football is getting faster, and the hype is real. So I'm going to take the Dolphin spread, not going to touch the over-under, clawing my way back into the green text instead of the red text, my percentage slot there for what it's worth. So there we go. I got the Dolphins.
There's no world where Sean takes the Dolphins. I'll just tell you that now.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
I'm going against Sean, which is never good. Josh Allen against the Dolphins is 8-2 with 27 touchdowns and 5 picks against them with 106 passer rating. And he gets 55 yards a game against them. So Josh Allen has had a lot of success against Miami. The Bills' defense is third in passing yards allowed, like they've allowed the third least, and they have the most interceptions. So I think if Tua is going to make mistakes this week, which he probably will, because last week he made about 0 mistakes. The Bills are at home. They're probably hearing how people think this is Miami's division now, so they probably think this is their chance at home to shut them up, and I think they're going to do it. So I'm going to take the Bills -2.5. And the under these games, when the Dolphins play the Bills, are normally low scoring, division unders. They're close games, so I don't think they're going to get over 50. It's a high number, so Bills Dolphins under as well.
All right, camera died. So we're on the computer camera now. Game 2 on the slate here. Seahawks at Giants. Giants are -1.5. Total is 46.5. We will go to Samuel.
They're always in like the half hangover, like half like shit out all the wings window. And at that point, I turned off Red Zone. I'd gone radio silent because of my Bears, but that's besides the point. So I am going to go Seahawks here. I am going with the over here. Seahawks and Giants, both defenses don't look great so far. This is a chance for both teams to prove that they can do something and that they can score and maybe have a little bit of a slugfest, have some fun out there.
I wore this jersey on purpose. Shout out Cam Chancellor. Over the last 20 years, there has been no coach in primetime better than Pete Carroll. He's 42, 18, and 3 against the spread. Also, over the last 20 years, there has been no quarterback worse in primetime than Cam's guy, Daniel Jones. I've got the Seahawks straight up here, +1.5. I'm not touching the total. I like Kenny Walker. I like their wide receivers, and I like Geno. So give me the Seahawks here. And I honestly don't like the Giants. Brian Daboll should have to give his Coach of the Year trophy back after getting beat 40-0 week 1. So give me the Seahawks.
I'll never forgive the Giants, what they did to me in my introduction to the Boys Upstairs show. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Not a very exciting take. Safe take, though.
Geno, is he a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? Like he was last year, and so far this year he is. Is this still an anomaly? I mean, like this is ridiculous what I'm seeing here. I had him like 15th on my quarterback list. He is proving me wrong. He's proving the total league wrong. Still, what his famous line was, they wrote me off. No, he didn't write back. He is slinging the ball all over the yard. They have a great receiving core. Their defense needs work. That's why it's a huge game for the Giants, because if you guys can't score on the Seahawks, who are giving up damn near 28, 29 points a game, how the heck are you ever going to get back to where you guys were last year, making it to round 2 of the playoffs? Cam, your guy Daniel Jones is not looking too hot. The Seahawks is a popular pick here, and I'm going to roll with them. +1.5. They're dogs. I understand they're on the road, but I'm going to roll with Seattle. And Geno, I think we saw Josh Dobbs play well against this Giants defense. Dak Prescott played all right, even though he didn't really need to because the game was out of hand. But I think Geno's going to carve the Giants up. I like Seattle to go in there and win outright on the road, but I'll take +1.5.
So got the Seahawks +1.5. Everyone taking them is kind of making me nervous now, but
me too, Bill. Me too.
I might
take off the jersey.
It's making me nervous, but I just can't see the Giants winning this game. Seattle's got to win this game. I don't see how the Giants are going to outscore Seattle. And I'm taking the under, though. I think there's going to be a boring, low-scoring, dormant offense. But I don't think there's any way the Giants pull out this game.
I'm not on the Geno Smith train. I don't think Geno Smith is that great. I think he flourishes against terrible teams. I don't know how to put it, but I don't think he's done anything too impressive this year. He's played the Rams, the Panthers, and who else? The Lions. Those are all pretty mediocre teams, I would say. Those defenses aren't the best. Besides the Panthers, I guess they have a lot of upside, but I just really don't see anything that impressive. With that being said, I'm big on Daniel Jones. I don't think Daniel Jones is terrible. I don't think he's amazing. I honestly don't know how this game's going to go, but I'm going to just take the under. That's the safest thing to do.
Can we talk about what the fuck is Cam talking about? He said Daniel Jones not only passing the ball back there, he mixing other stuff in.
He does. He runs the ball.
What else is he doing back there?
Daniel Jones runs the ball.
You started off by saying Geno is not that good, and then you said Daniel Jones is underrated. Like that's 2 back-to-back.
I don't think Daniel Jones. I don't think I said Daniel Jones is underrated. overrated. I just don't think he's that terrible.
Let's go Giants. I think it might be one
I
of
thought
those
you were a
games.
Seahawks guy.
Yeah, Gino hasn't been living up to the expectations this year.
Thank
but
you, Sean.
it's true. He people wrote him off, and people have written back.
Wow.
Yeah, Sean.
But
Sean, what evidence do you have of that? They're 2-1. He's played fine. Like, how do you explain what you just said?
He hasn't been any worse than he was last year.
And he was a top 10 guy last year.
Okay, I'm going Giants. No explanations.
Hey,
Can we have a sit down talk about how good Josh Dobbs is?
Josh Dobbs is extremely outperforming expectations. And the fact that he was traded basically a week before the season started, like, that's crazy that he was.
I'm taking Josh Dobbs has had a better season than Geno Smith.
They didn't even have his jersey in the team store.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, locks. Fuck.
All right,
Sean's definitely got a girl. Sean's definitely got a girl in his
Sean's
dorm room.
gotta
This
go.
is great.
Obviously. All right.
Let me get some.
All right, time for the best part of the show. It's time for our locks of the week. And we're going to go to Sean first.
Jake's team, the Vikings, they are playing the Panthers -4. I feel like that's pretty good. Not a lot of points are given to the Panthers, so give me the Vikings.
I sure hope you're right, Sean.
Jake.
I really hope you're right.
Jake, do you know, is Bryce Young playing or is he out again?
I think he's questionable. I don't think they've announced yet. I believe I think my last thing that I saw about it was they asked their coach, Frank Reich, is Bryce Young going to play? And he word for word said, I'm not sure yet.
Sean, I think you're gonna like this pick. I looked at the slate, didn't like it. I said I'm taking them. So I'm taking the Steelers versus Houston.
Let's go.
Tom's a scary dude to look at as a rookie quarterback. So I'm taking the Steelers spread. Najee Harris, he needs a bounce back game. But with that being said, I am 1-2 lock of the week. So I'm assuming those 2 losses are the Steelers. So I need you guys to bounce back, Tom.
All I'm going to say right now, because I don't want to jinx it, is that we're number 1 in the AFC North.
I'm going with the Patriots Cowboys over. Wanted to take the Patriots spread, but this game's going one of two ways. Either it's going to be a close game. Last year was 35-29. We lost in overtime. It's going to be, we normally play Dallas pretty close. So I'm thinking like a 24-21 type of game, 27-24. Or Dallas is mad they just lost to the Cardinals and they beat us by 43, which and then would still cover the over. I think that Dallas has had a pretty good offense so far. Tony Pollard's running the fuck out the ball.
Is his name Tony Pollard? And I've been misinformed this whole time.
Oh, it might be a Travis Kelce situation where like
it could be a Devin A. Chain situation.
Where I think
it's A-Chan. I thought he didn't like the A-Chain.
I think it is A-Chan, but everybody thought it was A-Chain before.
Oh, okay. So you meant
that was Kelce. Everyone thought it was Kelce, and then Donna comes out that. I'm going to refrain my thoughts on Donna and Taylor.
Talk about it. Give it to us.
No, because it's not safe for the internet. It's not safe for work. It's not safe for anything. But let's just say I thought she came out and was like, yeah, it's Kels. But I mean, it's been like everyone's been saying Kelce for this long, so that's fine.
I've honestly never heard of that before, but that's crazy.
You never heard that?
No.
Wait, Coby, are you finished?
Coby
yeah, we kind of no, because we cut him off because he said Tony Pollard.
Like, yeah, I did cut him off. That was on me, Coby.
Yeah, he deserves to be cut off for that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just wrap it up real quick. Pollard, whatever. He's been playing good. We didn't score too much against the Jets last week, but we've been scoring good besides that. So I'm taking the over the game.
We're getting to the point where you could argue Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Did you see what Joe Namath said?
When Joe Namath quits on you, that's how you know.
I don't know how Zach Wilson can hear that and be like, wow,
listen, I don't want to make, because he's not. I'll put it to you like this. If Zach Wilson was in the Pac-12 right now, I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback in the Pac-12. He's being asked to play quarterback in the NFL. He just can't do it. And it's just embarrassing. And I feel bad for the guy because there's not really anything he can do about it. And the coach just continues to lie to the media. We got faith in him. What they should have done is immediately, the day after the Aaron Rodgers thing, they should have immediately brought in Carson Wentz or something like that, because
Tyrod, Taylor Heineke,
or traded for Tyrod or Taylor Heineke or Cooper Rush or something. There's no way they could have won these games. They had to play the Patriots, they had to play the Cowboys, now they're playing the Chiefs. It's just bad all the way around. And so I think that Zach Wilson's going to need to score 20 points for them to cover that. I don't think that they can do it. So I think the Chiefs are going to win pretty handily.
I wanted to go after Cam because I'm picking the same guy. I am picking the Steelers game, but I'm not taking sides. I'm going total here. I could look really smart or really stupid after this pick, but I'm going to go the over 42.5 in Steelers-Texans. I thought I'd be the last person to say this, and I guess I said it was the Raiders, and it was the Raiders. But after they announced the thing with Matt Canada taking like a weird role or whatever that was, he's working with Kenny Pickett. Something about it. I've been watching the Steelers closely this year, and something about the Pickett looked more comfortable. He hit that Austin kid for a huge touchdown. And also CJ Stroud looks incredible. I don't think anybody's talking about that enough, how good he looks right now.
I love the Texans. Shout out.
Yeah, and the Texans and D'Amico Ryans looks like he's doing a good job over there coaching that team. They're exciting and they're scoring points. But 42.5 isn't a ton of points, and I think it might go back and forth a little bit. You never know, and there could be some defensive points scored in there to help that over. But yeah, that's just a gut feeling I had.
I'm gonna jump in right after Sam, just because I'm also touching this game, and I don't do this very often. So wow. I just want to say this now, but I am taking the Steelers here, and I honestly may have never done this before. Against the Texans -3, I just don't feel like is enough, and I know it's in Houston. The Texans are coming off a big win, and this is a very young team, and I think that they may or may not be ready for the fact that we are the best defense in the NFL. I'm confident in that. I like the Steelers -3 here, and I'm nervous. I'm just going to say that because I feel like the fact that I'm taking this as my lock means we're definitely going to lose, but give me the Steelers. Shout out Lowell for hitting a lock, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the league. That felt really good. I'm not gonna lie. Also the Bengals gave me a heart attack just to get that lock. But hopefully we can get a second one here. I feel like every time we've had the Chargers on the slate, I've taken them. Didn't lead me to the promised land week 1, dealt last week, but I think they look good. Obviously the Mike Williams piece sucks. They're heading home. I'm sure there's still gonna be a lot of Raiders fans there, but that train's rolling now too. I like Herbert. I like the Chargers.
All right. Well, hey, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.